I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. Very excited to be able to bring you this one. Not that you can't go do it yourself, but for in and around 70-ish thousand coins, maybe a little bit cheaper, maybe more expensive, depending on the platform, time of day, and all that good stuff, you can pick up a 92 rated Team of the Season Nani. I am a big fan of Nani, or rather was back when he tried to be Ronaldo and he was doing all those skills and everything. And of course now you can relive that because he's 5-star. He's 5'10", which is the perfect height to be in FIFA, lean body type, high attacking work rate, medium defensive, and he has some very nice stats to boot. Now, there are maybe 2 or 3 stats here or there that you'd like to improve, but guess what? There are chem styles that allow you to do that. If you're the kind of person who doesn't really believe in chem styles, then sure, fine, you're going to be a little bit miffed by it, but I mean, you cannot argue that this card is good value for money. I did a video yesterday, or I don't even know when this is going live. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be very early hours. If it is early hours, it's not because I'm just late to the party. I'm trying this time slot for certain videos, maybe MLS players, because obviously our US viewers, if you're a US viewer, hand up. Maybe hit the like button, actually, because I can't see if you put your hand up. But, yeah, I'm obviously trying to cater to everybody here, and you can watch this whenever you want, but an MLS viewer, a US viewer would obviously prefer this to be up later UK time. Anyway, Nani, 92 rated. We've already been through the sort of key fundamental stats. If this was on the market, as I said in the previous sort of video, we're talking about SBCs, this would be surely up there with the... I mean, not quite as expensive as Carlos Vela and Martinez, sure, but he would be above 100k. He'd have to be, right? So the fact that EA have given us this as an SBC, maybe some people have been sitting there sleeping on their untradables, their high-rated cards, their Team of the Season cards that they just don't know what to put into. You can now pump them into this Nani card and get yourself a really nice, fun, if more than anything, just a super sub or just someone to use in Rivals. Saying that, though, he has some very good stats, actually, that you might want to consider using in an actual main team. There are certain chem styles you can use to bump up the 1 or 2 stats that may be missing. So let's talk about it then, shall we? I mean, there's an obvious... do you really want to use that? Anyway, let's talk about it. So I'm looking at chem styles, which one you probably would want and not want to use. So obviously, I've gone with mine. You can see it on screen, but we'll go through it. So 97 acceleration, 83 sprint speed. The sprint speed is going to be a bit annoying for you because he's going to feel really quick off the mark, and then he's going to start to slow down quite dramatically. 96 agility is banging, 88 balance, 85 reactions. I don't mind those two too much. 99 ball control, 99 dribbling, 95 composure. The reason the reaction shouldn't be a problem, and to be fair, can tell you right now, not a problem, is because he's got that acceleration. He's got the dribbling and the ball control, the 5-star skills. He is responsive enough, and that composure as well. Talked about it in so many other videos, but if you've got good composure, agility, acceleration, and you just naturally are like a lean player, the reactions shouldn't matter too much if you've got a decent connection, at least, which I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, I've never got one of those, so yeah. No, I think the reactions are fine. I mean, you can boost them if you want, but I don't really see that there's any real need to. So shooting across the board is brilliant. I mean, 99 long shot power, 94 positioning. The 83 finishing itself, though, this is where your first sort of decision comes in, I guess, because you obviously, from reading the stats from left to right, you're thinking, right, well, I need to boost the sprint speed, but then I also need to boost that finishing. Sniper gives you plus 15, takes him to 98 finishing, and then, of course, you do get the reactions and the balance and the agility. That's what I went with, because I just feel like the boosting the finishing and getting the reactions, the balance and the agility to 99 as well as the composure, and then also bumping up that positioning, it was just a little bit too much. I had to do that. There was too much good there for me to leave out. The other option, of course, is something down the engine path where you also get the reactions, balance and agility, but you also bump up the sprint speed by 5. I mean, you could go for a hunter if you really want to. I was looking at that. That's what kind of made me stumble over my words at the beginning, because I was looking at the hunter and I was thinking it's a lot of money to spend. It's like 8k, 9k to spend on a chem style that gives you plus 10 sprint speed. Is it going to make that much difference because you're only getting 5 finishing? I don't know. I would probably stay clear of it. I don't know if there's another chem style in there that you might want to consider. Hawk, maybe. You know, 88 finishing, 88 sprint speed, that could be enough. But no, like I said, I went with a sniper. I'm okay with the sprint speed being as it is. To be fair, I used it more as a cam as I did anything else. I do use sort of, I would say, wingers. They're sort of left and right attacking mids that kind of act as wingers. I did use those. I did use him out on the left wing a little bit, but mainly as a cam and as a striker as well. Because A, wanted to take advantage of that new finishing, but B, attacking mids, I forgot the word, cams, get on the ball a lot more for me. The problem I have with him is his stamina is 86, which is fine, not a problem, but as a cam, does kind of wear thin very quickly. I was using the Moments Del Piero in Weekend League, and unfortunately, he suffered from that same trait, stat. He's got 86 stamina as well, and he was absolutely shattered by half time because I'm using my cam to run up and down through the middle. So if you're going to use him as a cam, especially in a 4-2-3-1 where you have no instructions on him, I would be wary of that. Using him as a winger, using him as a striker even, and he's fine. Stamina's not a problem at all. The trait, by the way, outside of the foot shot, not that it really matters. Of course, he has flair as well. He does have technical dribbler as well, but that is only sort of CPU controlled, so I wouldn't worry about that. It's only if you're playing against him offline you need to worry about those sort of things. But if you're playing offline, why are you even worrying? But the outside of the foot shot can be good for sort of, I would say, good-looking shots. I think I get more accuracy near post with the outside of like the right foot or the left foot, even though he's got a 5-star weak foot, and it really doesn't matter which leg you strike the ball with. But yeah, just bear that in mind. So I suppose the ultimate question is, you've just spent 70, 80,000 coins on a 92 rated team of the season. It's now untradeable. He's in my club forever. Am I going to regret doing that? No. It depends on what type of player you are. I guess if you've done this, or... Well, I mean, if you're thinking about doing it, obviously it's going to come down to, depends on what type of player you are. If you have done this, then you're the type of guy who likes doing skills. Maybe you're a Man United fan, maybe you're a Sporting fan, maybe you're an Orlando fan, I don't know. But you obviously like Nani, right? Makes sense. But if you don't have an emotional attachment to Nani, you obviously like skillful players, and therefore you are going to have a lot of fun with him. Weekend League ready? I'm not convinced, to be honest. There were a few things here or there. I wouldn't say that his first touch is bad or gets the ball stuck under his foot every now and again or everything like that, but I don't know. There was something about him. He didn't feel like super quick, and I think that's down to the sprint speed. Like in a straight line and hit the first few strides, yeah, unbelievably fast, but then you do start to slow down slightly. So unless you've bumped up the sprint speed, I would say that, I don't know, maybe if you're looking for that, just... right from the get-go, he's unbelievably quick. He doesn't slow down. He keeps going. He's still fast, and we're down to the byline. We can now play it across. You're not going to get that every single time. The more the game goes on, the more that the sprint speed and the stamina combined together cause to make this sort of really quick-turning, fast-moving player that starts to slow down after the first 3 or 4 strides, and the further you get into the game, he does start to, I wouldn't say feel sluggish, that's the wrong word, but he does start to slow down. That, and maybe you could argue strength, because that's going to be in the negative as well, as you can see on screen. I've got strength, stamina, and sprint speed. Well, no, maybe not stamina. Stamina's not a negative, but if you combine it with the sprint speed, which we have down as a negative or a con, then yeah, that does become an issue. But that aside, great card. Passing range is brilliant. His crossing is really good. I love getting down to the byline when we do play him as a winger. Getting him down to the byline, doing a little double tap of the pass button, whether it be A or X, depending on platform, of course, and then you just get it into the penalty area. You don't have to worry about which foot he's hitting the ball with, because obviously 5-star weak foot is brilliant. The skills are really nice to use. If you're good at doing them as well, you can showboat an awful lot, and he can pull them off really well. His finishing with the chem style worked quite well. I wouldn't say he's like unbelievably clinical or anything, but definitely a usable striker if you want to put him down that way. I don't know in what situation you'll be doing this SBC, and if you do want to take him into Weekend League, other than having a bit of fun with him in Weekend League, I'm not sure if you can really rely on him to be your main winger. He is a very good card, don't get me wrong. Technically speaking, he's fantastic. But do you have a better card? Like, you might already have someone better than this. Don't be fooled, if you will, by... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Fuck. There are a lot of Team of the Season cards out right now. You've got a lot of options. And if you've got one of the big boys, unless you just want to do it for the sake of doing it, you might find that Nani is going to be a super sub. But what a super sub to bring on. Anywhere across the middle four, if you play 4-2-3-1, which most people do, if you play him as a left wing or a right wing, doesn't matter which foot you cut in on, 5-star, fantastic. Play him as a cam, as a sub, he'll be fine because that stamina won't matter. And again, technically speaking, his dribbling is sensational. If you use him as a striker, if you've given him that sniper, him in front of goal, he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him at all. Not the most clinical of strikers, sure, but I didn't have a problem with him. I liked him. I think he's a great card. A lot of fun to use, banging value, and literally no reason not to do it, in my honest opinion. But that's just me. Let me know what you think of him in the comments section down below. If you have enjoyed the video, of course, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.